So you want to learn how to play LMS. Well, good fucking luck. This is a guide. When it comes to the last man standing minigame, momentum is key, just as it is with every other fight, but in this game mode, it's way more pronounced. This is due to the fact that we eat sharks and karambwans, aka regular fish, as our main source of food, rather than Ceredoman brews as we usually fight with. So when we eat regular types of sharks and other types of fish, it consumes our turn. So as we know, RuneScape is a turn-based attack style system. And if we get attacked and we take a bite of a shark, then we won't be able to attack them until we get attacked again. Now, when it comes to Ceredoman brews, that is not the case. When we eat a Ceredoman brew, we can still attack them in the same turn and continue to do so. So you don't really lose your momentum as much as you do when you eat a regular piece of fish such as sharks as our main source of food. So momentum is really, really key when it comes to LMS, and that's why when we get into our eating, we're going to do a lot of double eats. So in this first example, as you can see, we're keeping a relatively low HP level, and we're only really going to eat when we're at a sort of critical moment, and just like now. And the reason for this is because we want to maximize our momentum and just maximize the amount of time we're hitting our opponent rather than eating and getting hit. So double eats are quite efficient in that regard. So soon we're waiting to get hit right now so we can go for a double eat, because if we double eat anytime sooner, we would just be wasting a bit of food, and you don't want to do that. So we go for our double eat, and now we're going to go for our some quick two-way / one-way switches just to keep him on his toes. So we go from melee, we do some range and such, and then we go for a quick double eat right here. Almost didn't catch it. So we went a shark to Ceredoman brew. And then our next double eat will be a shark to restore, because again, we want to minimize the amount of time we're eating and maximize the amount of time we're attacking our opponent. So at this point, we're going to go for a death dot or DDing. And what this is, this allows us to sort of give us some time to recuperate our momentum, to pot up, and to just eat. So that's what we proceed to do. We eat our sharks and we eat our potions. Sadly, it was short-lived, so we have to attack them back. But soon we go for another snare, and then we're going to attempt to hug around the corner, aka hug around the tree. And what this does is it does the same thing, and he's unable to attack us. So once more, we're able to regain our momentum, whether this be repotting, re-eating, etc. Now, the cool thing with this is with death dotting and hugging, if you're a real demon like this person in a different fight, you can really just dominate the entire fight. See, at this point, I'm losing hits, I can't hit him back right now, and he's just monstering me out, fucking demon status. So death dotting, it's really a good thing to practice. Now let's get back to our fight. At this point in time, we notice we have some good momentum on him. So in order to keep our momentum while still eating and not going to get KO'd, we went for a Ceredoman sip and another Ceredoman sip. Now what this does is it allows us to continue to attack him given we were in range to bolt him. Sadly, we were not, but it gives us time to attack him as well as get our HP up ourselves and just overall maintain our momentum, because that's what's key in this game. Another little side note would be to only really use your Ceredoman brew when you know you have the momentum, because otherwise doing a shark Ceredoman brew is much more better. Now that we have gotten the kill, we're going to need to open our loot chest. When re-gearing and upgrading gear, we tend to prioritize tankier gear over gear that does damage. In this case, we got a Barrage plate legs, which is very good, just outright better, and same with a Kodai wand, outright better than the Aram staff. So with this next gear upgrade, what we're going to get is a dark bow, which we tend to drop. You know, the dark bow is not the best item for an upgrade, but we also get a Barrage helm. The thing with this Barrage helm is as we said earlier, we tend to prioritize tankiness, as we can see, over damage. So we gain a lot more tankiness, but we do lose a little damage. Now here's a tier list I found on Reddit, and for the most part it seems pretty accurate, but a commenter seems to beg to differ just a little bit. So what we like to do after these fights is take what we like to call micro breaks. This is just a little brief period of rest, because if we were to fight people constantly throughout the whole match, then we will tire out by the end. Damn, I'm scared, brothers. I want them to attack. Here, I'm gonna take a hit. I changed my mind. We need to pack some up, and then we'll take a hit. And now that we've seen that he's attacking the other opponent and not us, we get these free upgrades on the floor. Now that you've taken your micro break and have found yourself another fight, what you're going to want to do is start throwing in some blood barrages. Be careful because you don't want to stay in robes all the time, but when you can, throw in those blood barrages. And what this is going to do is it's going to heal you while progressively attacking him as well. And over time, this is going to give you the edge in the fight, and eventually you will pull ahead in terms of HP. So at this point in the fight, it's pretty neck and neck, and we need to start throwing in blood barrages. The only way to bring it back is through blood barrages, and you'll see right now just how much we can do it. So he brings us down to 1 HP, but we try to bring it back, and we give him another blood barrage. Gives us a little more HP, and we give him another one. Sadly, had that blood barrage hit, we might have gotten that dub, but unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. But yeah, blood barrage. Now with this fight, I wanted to show an example where I'm on the ropes and essentially I'm losing. If we take this to the long run, he's going to outlast me and eventually I will lose. So as we could see, I'm doing double leads. I'm trying to keep my prayers good. But what I could have further done is throw in some easy 1 to 2-way switches just to catch him off guard. Right now, I'm just purely tanking and eating, and he doesn't even need to switch prayers. But again, we don't give up, and at this point we say fuck it, and we go in for 4 consecutive special attacks. The first one was off prayer, second one wasn't, same with the third. Still, he has his prayer on. Now this fourth one, I assume he didn't expect us to go for another special attack, and it came through. He switched his prayer, and we got the kill. Now in this last clip, I wanted to showcase not only my win in LMS, but the importance of just not giving up and going for the special attack when you see it. So right now we see he's in robes, and that's starting to click, so we go for the special attack. And we just keep going for it because you never know. He's on the ropes, and we kind of just sneakily get the dub, and that's our reaction in the background. But yeah. So that'll conclude our video on the last man standing minigame. And if any of these tips did help you out, do let me know by liking or commenting down below. Have a wonderful day.